The following is a special presentation of the First Horizon Green Sports Zone. This is the Terry's Flooring Sam Broyles Show. Welcome back to First Horizon's Green Sports Zone, and welcome back to this week's edition of the Terry's Flooring Sam Broyles Show, where we cover everything on the hardwood with the Chokey Black Knights basketball team. We'll recap last week's District 1 2A tournament and look ahead to the Region 1 2A tournament and who the Black Knights have in Saturday's quarterfinal matchup. But as always, we need to get a quick spot in first, so we'll be right back after this quick message here on First Horizon's Green Sports Zone. The Terry's Flooring Sam Broyles Show is brought to you by Gateway Ford Nissan, Tommy's Plumbing, Terry's Flooring, and by First Horizon Bank. Welcome back to First Horizon's Green Sports Zone, and welcome back to this week's edition of the Terry's Flooring Sam Broyles Show, where we cover everything on the court with the Chokey Black Knights basketball team. As always, I'm joined here with Black Knights head coach Sam Broyles. Coach, how's it going today?
Going good, going good. Watching film.
Watching a lot of film, I've heard.
They're watching right now. Watching more. Yeah, we watched a couple games yesterday and now two more. I mean, they're a good team. We're trying to find out all we can about them.
And we're kind of in this middle ground right here between district and regions, kind of a time.
It gives you time to do that.
Yes, and that's what I like about it. Because it's a lot of days between games, which sometimes you don't like, but it's a lot of preparation that you can get in because you finish on Tuesday all the way to Saturday. So do you like that 4-day break?
I do on this part because you know how important a regional is. Yeah. Every team wants to make it to this, and, you know, we're no different. I love the fact that we have time, you know, and they give you that time too. You got to remember, snow sometimes backs it up, and good of this year, but it hasn't, so that's a good thing. Even though it, you know, did snow up there, what was it, Monday night that it come, Tuesday morning, but it wasn't enough to put any delays on it.
It was Monday night. Carter County was out Monday and Tuesday, I believe.
Well, Southern County was a 2-hour delay that day that we played West Green.
I was leaving from Happy Valley that night covering the 1A tournament, and it was snowing pretty good. It was enough to where some of the parking lots towards the edge of Johnson City were covered with a little bit of snow.
It gives you time and the players to watch as much as possible to see, you know, what they're facing, because in season we don't get that time. You know, you're playing some nights back to back, and it's a good thing. Really is. And
you can never guarantee who makes it to regions also, because you get down to this point in the year, I don't think anybody would have projected Pigeon Forge to finish fourth.
Stuff
like
shocking.
That. You never see things like that happen often, so you really can't prepare before it's time to actually prepare for it, because you don't know who you're going to match up with.
Yeah, you're right. Who would have ever thought that? Eagleton, what, third?
Third, yeah.
Yeah, that surprised me because, you know, most of the year they were the fourth.
But yeah, district tournaments, always crazy. It was a little more tame this year up in Bluntville at Westridge. Wasn't as crazy at years past have been Unicoi County taking the crown. South Green finishing second, West Green third, and then Chokey fourth. Let's go through it all. You start here at home all the way back on Thursday night hosting Johnson County, and then you go into Saturday's matchup with Unicoi in the semifinals, and then finish up on Tuesday night with West Green in the consolation game. So as best as you can, take me through all three of those games in this year's district tournament.
You know, Johnson County come out in a different defense than we'd seen, where they, you know, left Dom open, and, you know, Dom won 4 threes in the first half, which really got him going, got our team going, and was a big difference in that game. You know, it's still close at the half, but we were able to get after them the second half and force some turnovers, which helped us. You know, I think we ended up, 18? We beat them. It seemed like it. But,
correct, 65-47.
But, yeah, Dom had a good night that night. He had 19. We had 4 in double figures that night.
It's always,
you know, Ben had a good game. Of course, Ryland and Knox, you know, was the next one. I think Gavin may have had 6 or 8, but anyway, we had 4 in double figures, which really helps.
And it propels you into the semifinal round with Unicoi. And before we talk about that, how good did that win over Johnson County feel? Because you weren't locked into regions yet. You play that play-in game, that's your first winner-go-home elimination game, and you get to host but you play that team earlier at home and you only escape with a 1-point win. So leaving Chucky Doak on Thursday night with that win, how much relief did you feel not only to get that win, but to secure a berth in regions?
Well, for most, I was happy for my seniors, for, Ryland too, everybody that, went through last year, to be able to make that such a big leap for them. I told them I couldn't be more proud of them after the, Johnson County game. And, I was pretty good until almost tip-off. I turned around and looked at Tanner early. I said, oh, my goodness. It just comes up, at once you realize, we lose, we're done.
Mm-hmm.
But thank goodness, we got to move on, so getting ready for the region now.
And then you go into the Unicoi County game, and you make Unicoi County look human. They had looked like this unstoppable force all year throughout the tournament. I think they finished 10-0 and had one game finish with a single-digit margin, and that was that West Green game. Outside of that, I think the closest anybody had played them was South Green both times, for like 16 and 19 points. So they had ran roughshod through everybody, and you hold a lead going into halftime and hold your own and only trail by, I think, 7 going into the fourth quarter and make it a competitive ball game until they run away in the fourth. So what was different about Saturday's matchup that made it such a closer and more competitive game?
Well, that first half, we slowed it down and had a good defensive game plan. Of course, 10 and 11, you kept shooting it in that first half and kept missing. Peterson was number 11, but the difference between that first half and that third quarter, Peterson got hot, and we changed the defense up and got somebody on him, but then he was able to drive a couple times, got a couple layups, and he really hurt us in that second half.
And then Jackson Simmons is going to get his. He finishes with a solid and very quiet 26-point game, but he didn't get a lot of them, it felt like, until the fourth quarter when he really started to come alive. But being the district player of the year and being a Mr. Basketball finalist, sort of what you expected to happen.
Yeah, and he was. Ryland couldn't have played him any tougher and better than he did. He can just pull up at any time. That's what is so hard about guarding him. He gets downhill on you, and then all of a sudden he just pulls up, and the time you react and get back to him, it's too late. He's got such a quick release, too.
And he's got such high elevation.
Yes, and that makes it really hard to guard him.
He's a treat to watch. Moving into Tuesday night's game with West Green, you play another just incredible ball game with West Green. You played them 3 times this year, and every game I think was within a couple possessions. I know you beat them over there in overtime and you win by, I think, 1. You lose by, I think, 2 in this one, and then the one down here, you trail by 13 and pull it back all the way to, I think, within 3 points maybe in that one. But just incredible series this year with the Buffaloes. Just couldn't get it done in that semifinal game. What happened there going down the stretch?
Well, they were able to get in their half-court game where we weren't able to speed them up. And when they get into their half-court game, they're a really good team because of their size. And, Lehman's had a great third quarter. Whoever we threw on him, he just kept scoring. And, him. And then if you helped, and there you had, I believe, Titus cut down the lane twice, for dump-offs, and he scored. So they really hurt us on the boards, too. We did not do a good job of rebounding, in that second half. I don't know how many second and third chance points that they got just because, we couldn't, we didn't. It seemed like at times we boxed out, but, we just couldn't get to the loose ball before, I guess when it starts bleeding like that, it's hard to stop it.
Yeah.
And it just kept coming, and, we still had chances at the end, and it just didn't happen this time for us.
And, of course, that propels you into the region tournament now, finishing up with the district tournament. We kind of alluded to the region tournament, didn't say the opponent's name yet, but I'm sure most people know Gatlinburg-Pittman, a top 3 team within the state, who are the champions down there in District 2. So they're the 1 seed hosting Chucky Doak, the 4 seed, Saturday night, 7 o'clock down there at Gatlinburg-Pittman. We'll preview that matchup and talk about it right after this break, so stick with us and we'll talk about it here on First Horizons Green Sports Zone.
At Terry's Flooring, we have quality products along with quality installers that can make your space look better than ever before. The craftsmanship that our installers bring to the job site is unmatched. Along with the great installers, we have a huge selection of hardwood, LVP, tile, and carpet. We know that spending money isn't that easy, but at Terry's Flooring, we care about your money too. Stop on in and see my Popsy at Terry's Flooring and allow him to save you money while enjoying the hassle-free experience.
For over 30 years, Tommy's Plumbing has proudly served the Tri-Cities with a personal touch because we're not just plumbers, we're family. From simple faucet repairs to full plumbing repiping, we have the experience and expertise to get the job done right. We also specialize in water heater and tankless water heater installations, helping you find the perfect solution for your home. Our technicians stand behind their work and always leave your space clean and spotless. Looking for a plumber who's fast, professional, and reliable? Call Tommy's Plumbing and let our family take care of yours.
At many dealerships, you get what you'd expect. Games, gimmicks, and shady sales tactics. At Gateway Nissan in Greenville, expect the unexpected. Low prices, convenient service, and a great buying experience.
Get our Gateway exclusive lifetime powertrain warranty.
No worries for life.
You deserve the unexpected. It's the #1 reason you gotta get to Gateway.
Shop online at gatewaynissangreenville.com.
Or take the super short drive down Highway 11E to Gateway Nissan in Greenville.
Welcome back to First Horizons Green Sports Zone, and welcome back to this week's edition of the Terry's Flooring Sam Broyles Show, where we cover everything on the hardwood with the Chucky Doak Black Knights basketball team. As always, joined here with Black Knights head coach Sam Broyles. So Saturday, 7 o'clock, Gatlinburg-Pittman High School versus the Highlanders. Region 1 2A quarterfinals, a very familiar opponent, an opponent that you faced in this exact round, I think, as recent as 2 years ago here at home. So region quarterfinal game, winner go home game. What's your mindset going into it on Saturday?
Well, I mean, of course, like we talked earlier, we've been watching film, finding out how good the kid from Sevier County is, 22, Carson Newman signee, I believe. I mean, he's the real deal. He can play. And Ryland, will get that assignment. We'll see how we do. I'm sure he's excited for that. And, we've got Dom, we've got other people that we can, switch it and really do a good job on him, or try to do the best we can do. And 24, there's another player. His name escapes me right now, but as soon as he crosses half court, he can shoot it. And he's looking to score, goes to the boards well, can jump, just another good athlete. And, they've got size, they've got it. 33 that plays post for him, two-time, I reckon, all-state linebacker in football.
Wow.
And he is strong. And, Ben, it'll be a challenge for Ben. I'm curious to see how he does against him. I feel that he can score against him. So, that's another good thing, watch it. They press, they get after us, run and jump. So we've got to be able to handle their pressure, because even in the half-court game, they're getting after you. So if we can handle that, and we've got, enough guards to be able to handle that pressure, we just got to go out and do it.
That was actually my next question. How do you think this team handles that pressure? Because this is their first region quarterfinal game that they've been on the court for. A lot of them were on the bench or were JV players the last time you made it to the quarterfinals here against Gatlinburg-Pittman. So how do you think they will handle it going in?
Well, I hope that, the South Green game, West Green game, Unicoi, the pressure that they put on us, hopefully will help for this game. You hope that they step up, and that's what I expect. I know they're excited, and once you get that first bucket, you get by one of them. That's what's crucial. Handling it and being able to score, because you can still beat that pressure and not score, and kind of deflate you, and we can't let that happen to us.
And then same question I had last week too. You mentioned that you didn't have any nerves really until you turned around.
The region's a little bit different.
Yeah, region's a little bit different now. So the same pair of questions. Level of 1 to 10, what's your level of excitement and what's your level of nerves?
Well, excitement is a 10, because you win this game, you're one game away from sub-state or sectional, as some like to call it, and that's what you battle for all year. you want to have that chance. You want your kids to have that chance. And, you know, here it is. So, yeah, nervous too. Not as much as being excited because, you know, as a player, I've been there and it's great. And you want to see that for your players.
And of course, this Saturday night is when the Black Knights will tip off against the Highlanders. Gatlinburg-Pittman High School will be the location Saturday at 7 o'clock in the Region 1 2A quarterfinals. So if you have the opportunity, make it out to Gatlinburg-Pittman on a Saturday night. It's Saturday, so you'll have plenty of time to be able to travel up there and hopefully don't have any work on Saturday. You can just enjoy the Black Knights game against the Highlanders on Saturday night. Or, hey, you can go up on Friday night and watch the Lady Black Knights also as they play the Lady Highlanders. So same location, same time, just 24 hours ahead on Friday night. So there you go there. I'll plug Coach Early's Lady Black Knights in there also while we wait for Coach Early to get in here, because looking at the time, you got practice right now.
Yeah, we should be done with film, and so we're ready.
All right, I'm going to let you go, Coach.
All righty,
Once again,
thank you.
Appreciate you sitting down with me. Thank you all for watching this week's edition of the Terry's Flooring St. Broyles Show. We look forward to seeing you next time here on First Horizons Green Sports Zone.